Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea. If you are new, if you're not new, then welcome back. If you are here for the live or the replay, then tune into the 3 best apps for video editing. I'm super excited about tonight. If you haven't known, we have been in a series called Content Creation Convos, where I pretty much teach creatives how to improve their content creation making skills. We have conversations about what goes on in this space, ways to improve, take care of ourselves. If you're looking to get in this space, this is a perfect time and a perfect series for you. So if you haven't, you can go back to my playlist to check it out. Where are my manners? Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Chelsea. I am the owner of Zion Studios Co., a digital multimedia company where we provide entertainment for individuals and families and digital resources for creatives. I'm super excited for tonight. I got my water here, got my notes here, and we're ready to go. Okay, so let me get some water and let's get into it. All right, so sorry y'all, I literally had some spaghetti before I got on live tonight, and it was pretty good. I made it with spaghetti squash instead of pasta noodles, and it was really good. So yeah, gotta get your food, gotta get your vegetables in. That's neither here nor there, but yeah. So yes, tonight we're talking about the 3 best apps for video editing. And if y'all don't know me, I love video editing. Okay, like a lot of people think it's tedious and everything, but I love it. Like I love trying the new transitions, using the LUTs packs, which is, lighting and everything, color grading on the videos, all of that stuff. Absolutely love it. I do have another video in this playlist, the Content Creation Convo playlist, that talked about video editing and video making. So definitely after this video, check that out as well too. Really good. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Usually I let y'all know to send this video to the 5 to 10 people in your DMs. So go ahead and do that. And let's get into this story time. So how did I even get into videography, video editing, all of that? So back in, what was this, 2017, 2018, I had a women's ministry in college called I Am She Movement. If you know, you know. And this ministry that I did, I was getting ready to launch it, and for the launch I wanted to do a short film. Can't really remember why I wanted to do a short film necessarily. I really just wanted to showcase the vision behind the ministry, and the importance of pouring into women and having another woman to walk alongside you in life, because that was the essence of the ministry. And so I wrote out the concept, the skit, the lines, literally the whole script for the short film. I hired a videographer, my guy Kai Ray. We still work together today. He's an amazing videographer. Definitely check him out. And so I hired my videographer, and I was working on a short budget, okay, a very small budget. It was $500. That's all I could afford, and I'm pretty sure I used my refund for that. And so I got my friends together, and we filmed this. I want to say in like a day, maybe 2. Honestly, I can't remember. Yeah, I feel like we filmed it in like a day or 2. And it was so amazing, so cool. It was my first time ever doing any type of videography work, like putting a script together, any of that, but I enjoyed it. He did all of the editing and all of the filming, but that was my introduction into videography and how all of that stuff works, right? So then fast forward, I created a YouTube channel. And so on my YouTube channel, I would record videos. I started out actually with the laptop that my phone is propped up on right now. Actually, no, it was a different laptop, but similar. But anyway, it was a MacBook laptop that I bought spent my first $1,000 that I ever made on the laptop, and I began to make YouTube videos on the laptop, and I would edit them from there. So I had iMovie, and my channel really grew, and I really grew my skill set of video editing, trying out new techniques and all of that stuff. And then once I got later on into my media company, Science Studios, back in 2020, I began to upgrade the equipment and software that I use for editing. And so, yeah, I began to learn about like LUTs packs, transition packs, filters, you know, all of that stuff, fonts and everything as it relates to video editing. And it's just really cool to play around for me. So that's how I fell in love with video editing. And then the apps that I used or have used over the years that I feel like are the best apps to use, and I have them tiered in free, low, and high level. So depending upon where your budget is and where you are in your creative process, you might need one over the other. If you're just starting out, I highly recommend using the free and or the low version. Do not invest in the high version until you have, one, learn how to use it, because it is a little bit more complex, but also like build up that consistency. I've been talking about that in all of these conversations, is building up that consistency to be able to need those products, right? So the first app is free, iMovie. If you have a MacBook, laptop, even an iPhone, you can download iMovie, or an iPad. It has great editing software on there. If you don't have a MacBook, I believe there are some like HP, Dell laptops that has its own editing software. I'm not familiar with it, so this probably wouldn't be beneficial for you. But if you have a MacBook and you use iMovie, listen and use it. It's very good. I used it for several years before I invested in the software that I use now, which I'll get into in a little bit. Also social media. I just looked on Instagram earlier today, and I noticed that Instagram has increased and improvised its editing software on the app as well too. So if you're making reels, things like that, which you can also edit your reels on iMovie and then just download it to your phone. So that is also an option as well too. But like I said, social media has great editing software that is free, right? Because social media is free for now. So definitely take advantage of those free options to just grow in the craft, grow in the skill set, and just grow in the consistency and the comfortability of editing. When you're first starting out, it can seem overwhelming and intimidating, but trust me, if you just keep going, take your time, you're gonna be good to go. Okay. The second is the low version, so InShot. I love this app. This is not a paid sponsorship or anything, but InShot is spelled INSHOT. Absolutely love that app as it relates to video editing, especially for my reels, my YouTube videos at one point, all of that. Like, it has really good software, it has royalty-free music that you can use, the filters, the edits, you can add stuff into your video. So definitely check out InShot. Very, very great. Now for the high-end, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, I've mentioned this. I have mentioned them in other videos as well too. My favorite is Final Cut Pro, only because that's the only one I'm more familiar with. I have not really used Adobe Premiere, so I can't speak too much on it. I do like Adobe products, specifically Adobe Lightroom. I've used a lot for photography, so Adobe products are very well too. But Final Cut Pro is also really good as it relates to editing. It is a little bit more complex, but you can, purchase like LUTs packages or transition packages that you can download onto Final Cut Pro and implement them in your videos as well too. And you can use that for reels, any type of video footage, right? It doesn't just mean YouTube videos or anything like that. Now, here's some tips. By the way, I'm looking at my notes, as y'all know. But here are some tips for video editing. One, test out what works, right? So try different versions. I know sometimes, like, if I edit something a certain way and I may include like a specific transition, I might copy and paste that same video or try it with a different transition to see which one I like better. So don't be afraid to test out what works. And then obviously when you post it onto your platforms, allow your audience to, tell you what they liked or what they didn't like, and they'll let you know. And so so, you know, you'll just continue using those same transitions or filters or whatever the case may be when it comes to editing. But definitely, you know, test out what works and what you like and what fits what you're trying to create. The second tip is don't be afraid of the undo button. Okay, we cannot undo in life all the time, but we can definitely undo when editing, and I love that. So definitely don't be afraid to hit the undo button. If you tried something you're like, I don't really like it, it's okay. You can take it out. You can switch it up. It's all is not lost. Now, the next tip that goes along with that is to save your stuff. Okay, I recently had this issue where for some reason the port for me plugging in my SD drive, no, my external hard drive, it wasn't working anymore after I updated my computer. And so I ended up having to reinstall my external hard drive, which meant that I had to delete a lot of the stuff that was on there, and, you know, create it like it was a whole new external hard drive, which was no problem for me because I had already used the stuff that was on there, so I didn't really need to save it. But if you find yourself in that situation and you need the stuff on there, it's good to always have backups. Okay, always have backups of the content that you create, just in case that happens. I didn't never expected that to happen to me, but it did. So, you know, obviously keep that in mind, but save your stuff, always have backups. Don't be afraid to hit the undo button and test out what works. Now, I have met some amazing videographers, as you know, my friend Kyrie, who is a videographer, and other videographers and video editors that I've met who specifically work with YouTubers to edit their videos. I learned so much from them, and I really enjoy like learning about editing and, you know, just learning, you know, being in a community with other creatives that are also learning about editing and videography and ways to perfect it and get better, and new transitions and new packages that are coming out, new color grading techniques, all of that good stuff. And so I wanted to create a community for other like-minded creatives like myself to be able to have that. And so that is Design Studios creative community that you have heard me talk about in these conversations. The open enrollment for that is down below. You'll click the link to join the community. It is subscription based, so definitely pick out the package that works for you. But again, it is just community for us as creatives to learn from each other, to grow with each other, to grow in our faith and in our crafts together. And so I'm excited for that community because we're providing all types of resources to cater to the whole you, right? Not just the creative aspects of you, but also the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the physical aspects of you too, because I personally believe that that is important to you as an individual, but also to you as a creative. And so, yeah, definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's live. And if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an upload, and also hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when I go live. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Content Creation Convos Continued. I'll see you guys later. Bye.